Episode 12, War of the Netherworld, Part 1.
What was that?
Felt like an earthquake, but they barely ever happen around here.
But whenever there's one, something big always happens. I wonder what catastrophe will happen this time.
Prince! Several giant objects have appeared at the stellar graveyard, dude!
That was quick. How many?
Dude, there are billions of them!
You hear that, Jennifer? The EDF is here to save us! We can go home!
Wait, Gordon. We can't be so sure. Even if it was the EDF, why would they send so many ships?
Oh, come on. Why are you being so pessimistic? It's not like you.
Well, why don't we go check it out?
I agree. Sitting here won't do any good.
All right then, to the stellar graveyard.
That was probably the most brief and to-the-point episode introduction we've had so far. And welcome back to Let's Play Disgaea, Hour of Darkness. Well, let's just do the usual riffraff with talking to the vassals. Well, you could consider King Krzyzewski to be a natural disaster in and of himself. Well, he must have been a pretty powerful man. I'm hoping for the giant robots. I agree with Laharl there. I think he's putting up a pretty good show. Had I dedicated just as much effort to Gordon and Jennifer, though, who knows? Thanks for that, Gargo. I agree. This is where the game starts to get really interesting.
Prince, I'm going to the bathroom, okay?
So, another chapter, another Etna diary entry. More dramatic irony on top of the whole situation. The memories that were stolen were the ones that went in complete contradiction of her goal. Funny how that thing works, doesn't it? Well, whatever's there, I'm gonna fight it. So we're returning to Stellar Graveyard. New map location, but uses the same block assets for that the original Stellar Graveyard used. We'll go to the first map, Embryon, and remind me that I've never completed the Digital Devil Saga Let's Play.
Soldiers of the EDF! I told you, Jennifer, just like I said.
I've never seen so many humans all at once.
So, what'd they come all the way here for?
Aren't they here to rescue Mr. Gordon?
Don't you think they're acting kind of strange, though?
What's wrong? Your beloved hero is right here! Hey, guys! It's me, Captain Gordon, Defender of Earth!
Not very popular, are you?
Poor Mr. Gordon.
Don't be silly. I'm the defender of Earth. All the kids love me. I had my own comic series and Saturday morning cartoon.
But they don't seem all that impressed.
Gordon, we've been used.
Used? What do you mean, Jennifer?
They asked us to defeat the Overlord, but their true purpose was to secure a route to the Netherworld.
What are you saying, Jennifer? They are risking their lives to save us. How can you accuse them of...
But, Gordon, can't you see?
Enough of this. I don't want to hear it. I'm shocked and disappointed in you. I hereby dismiss you from your duties as my assistant.
I see.
I must have faith in the people of Earth. Unfaltering, unwavering faith. It's my duty as defender of Earth. Right, guys?
Captain Gordon, defender of Earth, you are to be terminated.
What?
Sucks to be you.
All the kids love me, huh? Right.
Poor Mr. Gordon.
Die.
Hey, wait! What are you doing?
Oh, Gordon, you are quite delusional. I guess I feel a little sorry for him. Dismissing Jennifer, though, that was kind of harsh. Still, Jennifer acts like she knows a bit more than she is letting on, considering she figured out what they were doing so quick. Anyway, new enemy type here, the Earth Defense Force soldiers. The Earth Defense Force soldiers are one of the first superclasses of the game, of which there are 3. And they're pretty range-based. They have an S rank in guns, and a hit aptitude of 120%. Not something we can see right now, but the reason I know that is because Earth Defense Force soldiers are creatable units. And they have what is probably one of the most esoteric unlock requirements in the Disgaea series. They require someone with a gun mastery of level 30. The only other unit in this game that requires a specific weapon mastery is the Archer, with the much easier to obtain 3. Level 30 gun mastery takes quite a while if you didn't build up an arms master like I had. To give you an idea, from level 20 onward, weapon experience required to level up your weapon mastery is 2,000 experience, and an A rank in guns like Guts gets 20 experience per action. So each level would require him to do 100 actions before he'd get the next weapon level, and that takes a while. Oh no. Laharl's been inflicted by Forget, just because I have pretty bad luck, and that was the kind of specialist that guy had on his gun. Not a major deal, though. Just do that, and then have Guts take a pot shot at this guy. Oh, this might... Nope, that killed. Critical hit helped out. There's 2 of those guys in a row. And one of them's weak to fire, the other's weak to ice, neutral to wind. So I can have Flan hit them with a Giga Wind. So yeah, that's the big reason why I've been having Guts hold on to the Arms Master for most of the time, is because him getting to level 30 with his weapon mastery actually does provide a pretty good benefit, honestly. I think that the EDF soldiers are probably one of the best classes in the game. They're actually my preferred member of the super classes, although the third member of the super classes trumps every other unit in the game. But just as far as personal preference goes, I like these guys the best out of the unlockable classes. And let's see, what can I have Jennifer do? You've probably noticed that there's an ally damage 20% panel out on this green area. So that can be nasty if you have too many people standing in it, but having some of your units stand in it for a little bit isn't a big deal. Can't do that, can't do that. Guess I'll go with the triple strike. Yeah, like I was saying, it seems like Jennifer had suspicions that they were being used by the EDF, so she probably knows more than she's been letting on. I do not consider it a huge deal if my units are standing in the green area. It's obviously less than ideal, but it's not a huge issue. Come the end of the turn, I can just have, if I really feel like it, I can just have units come to lift them out.
Gordon, chance! Gordon, finish!
And any other actions that I feel like doing? Can have, Spike hit this guy with the Rising Dragon, and then maybe Helena or Lucille can finish him off. I actually haven't been doing too much with Lucille. I should have her use Braveheart more often. Probably could have confirmed some of these kills better. Looks like she can't move in close enough on her own, though. What about... is this guy weak to fire? He is. See if Lucille can take him out.
Out of my way!
So the end game of this game is, I actually really like it a lot. I like the final chapters in this game quite a bit. And it is interesting to have this new enemy type to shake things up a little bit. As you can see, the EDF soldiers are actually pretty high level, level 44, and the level curve from here on out is going to become pretty steep. Just after this map, in fact, or this chapter, rather, the average level of enemies is going to be around in the 50s, and it just keeps going from there until we're fighting enemies that are on average in the levels of the 70s, while normally ourselves we'd only be in about the 50s, probably, for our strongest units anyway. So things can become quite difficult, especially if you don't do a lot of grinding like I haven't been doing. While I have been spending time building up an arms master to get my weapon levels up, I haven't explicitly been building up my characters. If I was seriously trying to get my characters to be very strong, I probably would have reincarnated, at the very least, Laharl. I suppose the technical term in this game is transmigrate, but same difference. Reincarnation is just the mechanic's name in every game after this. Laharl has shed his amnesia, so now he can actually use his techniques. And there's no kill like overkill. I'll start baiting out some more of these guys. Actually, that might not kill. I probably should have sent someone off to take this guy out. Oh, no, it did. Sorry, I doubted you, Laharl. Just these two guys left. So, while we're doing cleanup here, not too much has changed since the last video. Didn't do anything in the item world. The Arms Master is still what it's been the last time I showed it. Ditto for the Statistician. Although the Statistician can't get any stronger. On my own time, I've actually just today finished up the main story for Batman Arkham Knight. I enjoyed it a lot. The Batmobile stuff was kind of weird, but all in all, the game was definitely very fun to play. Might go back and get the 100% to get the true ending for the game. I've actually never played Batman Arkham Asylum. I played City and Origins. Might pick up Asylum at some point. I'm sure in comparison it won't have aged spectacularly compared to the future Arkham titles, but it's still interesting to see the whole series. Especially since, you know, just jumping into the game after its first installment, there's a lot that you miss, and you don't get all the references to it later in the series. And this might take this guy out. If not, Guts can probably just shoot him. And that looks like what we're going to do. Still got the horse wiener on Guts. Should probably pass that to someone else. line up the shot. And there we go. Nothing too difficult so far. I think they're just getting us used to the concept of the EDF soldiers. The maps will be becoming a bit more difficult from here on out.
Why would the EDF attack me?
Duh, they stabbed you in the back. You're slow.
Beep, beep, blip, beep. Captain Gordon, incoming message from General Carter.
Ah, Gordon. I see that you're still alive. What?
With your help securing a route, we were able to make it here unchallenged. Now, the Netherworld will be ours. I thank you, Defenders of Earth.
Oh my God! We were being used?
Are you just realizing that now?
Aren't you happy, Flan? There's someone even dumber than you.
I knew of their plan all along.
Liar.
Gordon, you were a splendid pawn. I will tell the people of Earth that Captain Gordon died valiantly while fighting the Overlord. It's the least I can do for you. Well then, Gordon, so long.
There are some promising humans out there.
I was thinking the same thing. Should we try to recruit him?
Will you stop joking around? This is a serious matter.
Jennifer?
She's probably hurt because you trusted them instead of her.
Oh well, it's none of my business.
Didn't you dismiss her just a minute ago, Gordon?
Oh, poor Miss Jennifer.
Jennifer, about that dismissal...
It's okay, Gordon. I deserve to be dismissed.
Jennifer...
Thursday, not the one to blame. All Gordon's fault.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Jennifer.
It's been a while since we've gotten a cutscene after the end of a level. It actually doesn't happen that often in this game. Not really until now. That gets changed in future Disgaea games where there is a bit more significance applied to the plot and cutscenes are more frequent. This is a good thing and a bad thing, but I'll get to that some other time. With that out of the way, let's go to core point number 4.
Long time no see, Gordon.
Who's there? Curtis?
That's right, Curtis, Defender of Earth.
How cool! A rival has made his appearance! Look! Look!
Yeah, calm down.
My goal was to defeat you, Gordon, but it seems I've overestimated you.
Huh? What do you mean?
I assumed that you had completed your mission and defeated the Overlord. I came here to settle things with you. But look at the facts. You failed your mission, and even worse, you've become the Overlord's slave. I'm embarrassed to call you my rival.
He's right. That is embarrassing.
You don't have the right to call yourself Defender of Earth, nor the right to fight me. So long.
Curtis, wait. You're right. I didn't complete my mission. And in your eyes, it may seem that my current predicament is rather pathetic.
What's he talking about? It is pathetic.
Shh, it's getting good.
But I say, I have not lost my passion. I still have a hero's spirit. Words cannot describe the sensation. My soul burns brighter than ever before. And do you know why? Because the true enemy has appeared before my very eyes.
Fine then. If you insist, prove me wrong. I'll be waiting for you, Captain Gordon. Don't lose to these bunch of soldiers.
Alright, this next map isn't too different from the previous one. What is slightly different is that we now have some EDF soldiers wielding axes instead of just guns. And by some, I mean most of them are wielding axes instead of guns. EDF soldiers actually have an A rank with guns, so they're pretty decent with those axes. Sorry, tripping over my words today, as is per the course. But they're actually pretty decent with axes. They have an A rank by default, and by the highest tier it grows into an S rank. So I'm just gonna have Guts go out and deploy his Dark Cannon, get rid of all these nasty geo effects. Don't know if he will survive, but I don't have too much planned for him in this map anyway, so not a huge deal if he gets taken out. Alright, silence. Almost forgot, that was the big one I was going to take out anyway. Okay. So this should be able to take out all these geo effects. As you probably noticed, the green effect is ally damage 100%, so just having someone end their turn in here is an instant kill. So destroying these panels will remove that worry. Couldn't get all of them, but now it's only 40%, so not instant death if someone's standing in it. Oops, went too far there. Throw out Wind Cutter, and these guys are both weak to ice. Perfect. I didn't think about it until now, but the attack is called Wind Cutter. It's not actually Wind Elemental. In fact, I don't believe any of the sword skills are Wind Elemental, or Elemental in general. Let's have Etna try to get some stuff done, and have her team up with Helena. So now that I actually do have a PlayStation 4 to use, I'm looking pretty forward to Disgaea 5. Hoping it'll be pretty interesting. One of the mechanics that I read about is the revenge mechanic, or I think it was revenge. Was that a revenge or rivalry? But I'm pretty sure it's revenge. Basically, as your allies get attacked and hurt more and more, a little gauge builds up, and when it fills out, they basically get, I don't know if they get a stat boost or something, but they also get access to more powerful skills, and it's also a mechanic that applies to the enemies, and it sounds pretty interesting. One strange thing that Disgaea 5 is changing up is that now each individual weapon type is going to have a resistance affiliated with it. So, like, say you have a character who, like, in all these games, weapons are no more or less effective than each other in any given situation. A sword will always do the same damage against all units, but in Disgaea 5, now enemies will have a specific sword resistance. And they can also have, like, a sword weakness. What's really strange about this is, like, now all the weapon types are going to have resistances associated with them. They're also adding resistance to the star element, which I think is a very odd choice because having the star element have a resistance and weakness affiliated with it kind of defeats the whole purpose of the star element, which is just supposed to be a neutral element that you don't have to worry about any enemy's weakness or resistance to it at all. Star magic is actually very effective for group attacking because of this reason. Let's see. I'll have Jennifer get hit with a brave heart and she can use her cosmic arrow on him. I already forgot the name. It's been a while since I played. Weeks since I last recorded. Had some technical difficulties trying to get this part started. Cosmic arrow, I was right. That didn't get any of them. I did take out the dark cannon though. I was wondering what I noticed I killed something. Okay. Hopefully this will get the kill. King of Beasts is probably the safer option. I'm actually looking into quite a few different games to get for my PS4. One that I was immediately interested in getting is Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. Game looks like it has a lot of cool features, with being able to play as Trish and Lady and even Virgil. I'm just interested to see what the story sections are going to be like for Virgil, because apparently the game has those. Ooh, Jennifer might be taken out. Oh wow, those gun guys didn't shoot her. Oh, both the ally damage did her in. Winged Slayer will probably do a pretty good number on these guys, though. Which is good, because then I can just focus on taking out those gun guys really quickly. The perspective. I thought I was going to get all of those guys there with that. But, oh well. I'll go with Giga Ice. Do those guys both have boosted resist stats? One of them did, the other didn't. Huh. Oh, it must have been the one who was weak to ice who had the extra resist. Knew that did lower than what would be standard damage. Yeah, as I've been mentioning, we're getting pretty close to endgame. This is the third to last chapter. There are 14 episodes in the game. And the final episode is actually quite long. Just on the basis of the maps, it's, I think, more than twice as long as your average episode of this game. And the enemies are all very powerful. So while I've mostly been avoiding grinding up until this point, the enemies in the endgame are just ridiculously strong, so I may have to do a little, just bring all my team members up to a similar level. I'm thinking, like, if I can get all of my characters into the range of, like, level 55 or so, that's probably good enough to beat this game. I think the lowest levels I've ever beaten this game with were, most of the characters were in the 50s of range of levels, and Laharl himself was about level 60 or so, and he was doing the brunt of my damage. There we go. Alright. Glad I could get through those maps relatively easily. I'm also glad that I didn't have any video errors occur while recording this part. that was what was the death of my last recording. I had a video that was almost completely recorded last week, and then the video just screwed up at the end of it, and I had to toss it out. But that shall do for now. Sorry if there was a bit of dead air where I wasn't just saying much in this episode, a bit off my game since I haven't recorded in a while, but hopefully I'll fix that. And I hope you enjoyed watching. I would like you to have a nice day, and hopefully I'll get to see you next time when we do the next map. So until then, see ya.